Thursday, the 23rd September 2025. So you are welcome once again. So the next slide, please. So shortly we'll be looking at the agenda that we'll be having today. So we'll begin with national anthem, then we have our safety moment, we have our opening remark by our YP co-chair, the recognition of senior members also, introduction of moderator, introduction of speaker's presentation. Then at the end of the speaker's presentation, we'll be having our question and answer. Then we have certificates and photograph, membership drive. Then also we'll be having a YP Energy trivia quiz, which at the end of the day, you'll be able to test your knowledge and go away with something very, very sweet or whatever it is. So at the end of that, we'll be having announcements, then closing remark, then of course, we draw the curtain with a national pledge. Next slide, please. All right, so we begin today professional series by singing our national anthem. So just sing along as we play the national anthem from the background. Thank you.
Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear native land, though tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigerians old and proud to serve our sovereign motherland. Our flag shall be a symbol that truth and justice reign. In peace or battle honored, and this we count as gain. To hang on to our children a banner without stain. O God of all creation, grant this our one request. Help us to build a nation where no man is oppressed, and so with peace and plenty, Nigeria may be blessed.
All right. Thank you for singing along. As many people that sing along. So we'll be moving on to the next thing on our agenda this evening, which is our safety moments. Please, can I have this slide? Okay, thank you so much. So we'll briefly be discussing our safety moments. Please review the following safety precautions. So mute your mic when not speaking. This is very important as you're joining and you are not saying anything at that point in time. So it is expected of you to mute your mic so that we enjoy the flow of what we are doing here. So excuse me. All right, sorry for a bit of distraction there. So the next one is raise up your hand whenever you want to speak. Do you have anything during the presentation or during the course of this meeting? You have any cause to speak, kindly use the icon to raise up your hand. So when you have a question, use the chat box, wherever, type your question, type your concern. At the end of the day, if it is a comment, just type C in front of it. Then it is a question, just indicate by typing Q at the end of the question. We'll take it up from there. So if you're using it set, ensure that when you reduce the volume as much as possible that you can hear what the speaker is saying, and at the end of the day, hear what is any fire alarm or anything that is going around you. Be at alert and aware of your environment. Yes, always take a look at your environment, even as you're listening. And lastly, I will urge you to always stay safe. Thank you. So next slide, please. All right, so we are going into the important part of this meeting. So the next thing on our agenda is the opening remark by our Hebrew YP co-chair, the person of Iwowari Onya. Please kindly give your virtual applause as we welcome our YP co-chair for her opening remark. Thank you. Please let me see your, yeah, let me see it. I want to see as much as possible because it's not easy to attain that position. So let me see it as much as possible. Thank you. So our YP Shema, you can take the floor.
Okay, thank you very, very much. Please confirm you can hear me.
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Good evening, everyone. I want to especially welcome you to our very first Young Professionals monthly series for the board year. Today's topic, which is the future of work, thriving in an AI-driven world, is, timely and essential because the world around us is evolving, the industry is evolving. So artificial intelligence is basically transforming the way we work and, the way we work, the way we collaborate, the way we innovate, everything we do. And this session that have been, well put together by the team is basically to help us explore how we as young professionals can kind of, position ourselves, not just to adapt, like not just to adapt to the changes that is evolving in the industry, but actually to also thrive. So I want to encourage everyone to fully engage, ask questions, and also share your insights because we can also learn collectively as well, and then take away whatever action we can, whatever idea, and also implement it in our various spaces, where we work, So I want to also say a big thank you to, you know, our speaker, our moderator, everyone who has volunteered, the committee that has put this together. And I know that we are all looking forward to an interactive and impactful session. So let's get started and make this session truly an enlightening one. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, my YP share. So I'm not seeing that applause. I'm not seeing it. This is a very wonderful opening remark because you wouldn't want to be left behind in this journey of the journey that is evolving, because everything in the future now and everything is going to be backed by AI, because we are already in the future. So you choose the right place to be at the right time. So let me see that your reaction if you're happy to be here truly. Let me see it coming, please. All right. So, all right. Thank you for those that reacted. So, the next thing on our agenda is recognition of senior members. So I'll still invite our white people chair to help us take this and to recognize our senior members here. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you very much. So far, I see our section chair on the call in the person of Dr. Pringle Egbe. I want us all to give a virtual recognition to our section chairman who has taken the time. It's not easy to, he has, been very, very, active and available. When a father is available for his children, he has always been available, and we see him on almost all our YP events. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for taking out the time to always be there for your children, be there for us. And that's a very big encouragement. We don't take it for granted. Going forward, I don't see any other senior member on the call. I've been scrolling through, but as they come in, we'll still recognize them even as the event is going on. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, ma'am, for the recognition given to our YP, our chairman, so our section chair rather. So thank you so much. So moving on to the next thing on agenda. So I'll be reading out the bio of today's moderator, which is the person of Joy Ugoya. Joy Ugoya is a highly skilled petroleum engineer, a data scientist, an artificial intelligence enthusiast, passionate about using technology to solve real-world problems within and outside the energy industry. Keep clapping, let it keep coming, because it's not easy to combine petroleum engineer, a data scientist, and artificial intelligence to moderate us. So she also, going forward, she holds a first-class honor bachelor's degree in petroleum engineering from the University of Port Harcourt. She's currently pursuing a master's degree in petroleum project development and energy transition at the Institute of Petroleum and Energy Studies, a collaboration between IFP School, France, and the University of Port Harcourt, Nigeria. Joy has had previous roles as a data scientist, where she led impactful projects that provided data-centric solutions to solving complex challenges in energy, agriculture, and business intelligence at QInsight and Tex Geotechnical Consultancy Limited, and as an AI engineer at the Center for Applied Machine Learning and Data Science, Queryfire. Joy specialized in developing data science and artificial intelligence solutions and research for business and academia. She has published 3 research works and delivered several projects across different industries, including petroleum engineering, agriculture, sales, and marketing. Joy has received several awards and recognitions from industry communities, including the SPE, NAPI, and AI Community Africa. As an outstanding professional and a volunteer who loves to contribute her knowledge to the growth of others, she's also an advocate for female inclusion in STEM and leadership roles. Other interests include creative art, philanthropy, and activities. In a round of applause, I want to see more of that, because it's not a moderator is all rounder, from the field of AI to being data scientist, to being a petroleum engineer, to solving real world problems. So that's exactly what she enjoys doing and she loves doing. So I hand this session over to the moderator of the day. Thank you, ma'am. Please, you can take the mic.
All right, thank you so much, Samuel, for the introduction. Please confirm you can hear me.
Yes, very well.
All right, thank you so much for the introduction once again, and good evening to everyone here today. I'm sure we're all excited to be here. So I'll be moderating this session, which is about the future of work, thriving in an AI-driven world, and I will be introducing the speaker. Please, can I have the slide for the speaker? All right, thank you. Our speaker is Mr. Otobong Ipe. He's the principal lead technology information and innovation, at Cypher Crescent Limited. Itobong Ipe, aka Trinity, is a technology executive and mentor with over a decade of experience helping organizations modernize their systems and drive digital growth. His expertise spans across software engineering, cloud architecture, artificial intelligence, DevOps, cybersecurity, IT service management, and enterprise digitalization. He is the principal lead technology innovations at Cypher Crescent Limited, where he designs and delivers innovative data-driven solutions that improve decision-making, strengthen security, and accelerate digital adoption, particularly in the energy and technology sectors. Can we give him a round of applause for that? Itobong has led teams to build secure, scalable cloud platforms on Azure and AWS, integrate machine learning and AI into business software, and create real-time analytics systems for instant insights. He also champions low-code and no-code tools, making modern technology accessible to teams across the organization. He holds advanced certifications, including ITIL version 4, Managing Professional, Microsoft Cybersecurity Architect Expert, DevOps Engineer Expert, Azure Administrator, Azure Developer, and AWS Architect. Wow. He also completed advanced studies in cloud engineering at the University of Texas at Austin and holds a bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering from the University of Port Harcourt. This, I need to see more round of applause because I'm already overwhelmed. I'm already wowed. Beyond his corporate work, Itobong mentors emerging tech leaders through MeQuest, focusing on cloud computing, AI innovations, cybersecurity, and digital strategy. Please let's give our speaker a round of applause as he comes on stage to tell us about the future of work. As we know, AI is becoming a very important part of our society today. And as young professionals, we don't want to be left behind. We want to know how we can thrive. And that is just what he's here for. He's coming loaded with knowledge and experiences to share with us this evening. The session will be lasting for 45 minutes. So I want to urge everyone here to stay locked in. If you have any questions, drop them in the comment section. If you have any comments, drop them. Use a C for comments, use a Q for questions in the chat box, and they'll be addressed after his session. Thank you. Dobon, you have the stage.
Thank you, moderator. Thank you, organizers 103. While you were just reading that profile, at some time it didn't even sound like me. I was just wondering whether I'm still the same person you're introducing.
I want to bring that person and more.
Okay. So I will try to just see if I can share my slides and come up. But thanks for the warm welcome. And it's lovely to be here. When the co-chair was speaking, I could relate with what she was saying. She mentioned something I liked very well. She said we are going to learn from each other. So I'm not here to tell there might be experts also in this call. So please, I will prefer to be more of an interaction so we can interact more. So I'm trying to bring up my slides just 1 minute. Okay. Okay. I guess if my screen is visible, you can just indicate by maybe a raise of hand.
Your screen is visible.
Okay. All right. So I'll be taking on the future of work, thriving in an AI-driven world, a timely topic. Just trying to look into this topic. When I was told I'm going to speak in this event, I was saying, what direction do I go? Because it's a bit of a overwhelming topic, but I'm going to try to just see how we can actually discuss and actually get to know the direction where AI is going. What are we going to do to stay relevant and the rest of the things? I'll start by asking a very simple question, and I'll be watching the comment section for responses. It's easy, everybody saying AI, artificial intelligence. What does it mean to you personally? When you hear the word AI, what comes to your mind? I'll be watching the comment section to just get 1 or 2 responses. What does AI mean to you? Just 1 or 2 person. Smarter ways of getting things done. Okay. Bunch of innovative maths to solve problems. All right. Tax simplifier. I like the updates I'm getting. It means that we have some background automation. Yeah. So AI can mean assistant. People see AI in different ways. I'm going to go through this presentation in 3 parts. First of all, we are going to just discuss about some basic terms so that all of us were in the same. If I mention any particular term, we are in the same context, we understand it equally. Then after that, I'm going to also go into emerging trend, what is even happening in AI. Then I will now end it with how we can stay relevant. This is a short, I'm going to go to the next slide, which is a short video.
Here.
years. It took me years to learn this, and now anyone can just type a sentence. I'm sorry, Chloe. It's just more efficient this way. The robot makes a perfect cup every time. But I love working here.
They don't need me anymore. AI can create stunning visuals now, cheaper too. It's over.
Well, he always remembers our anniversary, and he never complains about my cooking. After 3 human husbands, that's a refreshing change.
Now my camera just gathers dust. A single prompt and the AI creates what took me a lifetime to learn.
I used to design logos, websites, you know? Now some program does it in seconds. Funny how the future works, isn't it?
So I don't know if we all heard that audio. It was a short video, just like an icebreaker. I guess I shared the audio. Please, maybe you can raise your hand or type anything in the chat if you could hear that audio. Let me just confirm that we all heard the audio. All right, thank you. All right. So if you listen to that, it's just an icebreaker. But if you listen to what everybody was saying, you heard people lamenting. I spent 10 years in learning something. Now AI can do it in 5 minutes. I'm done. The most fascinating one for me was the lady saying that the AI, she had married 4 or 3 or 4 human husbands. The AI does not forget anniversary and does not forget most of those things. So it's as funny as it sounds, right? AI has come to help, but it's also causing a lot of impact. I think this is one of the industrial revolutions that have been the strongest. So the thing is, AI it's not even coming. AI is here and it's running faster than we can think. So many people are complaining. People are saying AI has taken away my jobs, AI, but there are so many things they are not seeing. And those are the things.
Years. It took me years to.
So I'll start by definition of terms. What is AI, right? Just automation. AI just means artificial intelligence, which means you are giving something that is not human intelligence, cognition, collecting, processing, interpreting information. And there are 3 core things, which I'll just mention. I'm just defining some terms so that when I'm discussing, all of us will be on the same page, because the definition can be broad. So just to create context so that we can be on the same page. So we have the machine learning part, which is actually teaching computer to learn from data. We have the NLP, the natural language processing, which is teaching computers to interpret and generate human language. So that's the part that makes you chat with a computer or to drop a voice note to maybe ChatGPT and it understands exactly what you said. They'll have the computer vision, which is teaching computer to interpret images and videos. That means if a computer sees a human, it can identify, it sees a face. Those are the parts. Most of our smart devices use face recognition and the rest. So that's that part. Then we also discuss a bit about generative AI. So what generative AI is just creating content from existing pattern, text, video, audio. You put it together to create content. And there are so many tools that are used that are running generative AI algorithms. I'm going to talk about that a little, what an algorithm is. So we have ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini. I'm biased to these 3 because those are the 3 most effective ones I've used, but there are so many other ones, right? There's DeepSeek, there's so many of them that we use. Then these tools were trained on very large amounts of data. That's what makes it generative AI. We've been trained on very, very large amounts of data to identify patterns and the rest of the thing. So I'll also talk about AI algorithm. What's an AI algorithm? When you hear somebody say AI model, AI algorithm, what does it mean? Of course, algorithm is a step-by-step guide for computer to follow. I like jollof rice, so I say like a recipe of jollof rice. If somebody just creates or he basically create a recipe for jollof rice and you follow it to cook, that's like an algorithm. Then an AI model is like a combination of algorithms too. Combining different algorithms to actually get a particular output or represent something. That's what you call AI model. So sometimes you train the algorithm on so many different sets of data, And when you finish training, you have a model. You find out that after training, the AI is able to do a specific task, right? So you have a model, a particular model that can do that task. Then going to models, there's something we call large language model. Please, if as I'm discussing, if you want to ask any question, you can raise your hand up or you type on the chat. I'm actively watching the chats. So we have the large language models, which is actually a foundational model. Why is large language? Because it's trained like it's general purpose, trained to do everything, trained to do everything. They call them foundational model or general purpose model because it means that the AI can write code, the AI can generate video, the AI can do everything. So that's why they are called large language model. There are also some what I call it, there is a term they call it, they say small language model, which means you train a model to be domain specific, perform a particular set of information or of particular processing, like a particular model to do a very domain specific. Maybe I train a particular model, maybe in the oil and gas industry to understand PVT data. I train a particular model to understand reservoir engineering so that if I say a well means anything, but if I train that model in the reservoir engineering context, for instance, when I tell the model a well, it understands what a well is, it understands what a reservoir is, you understand what a field is. So those are specific models that are, like some people call it small language model, but model trained on specific data sets. So we also have, when I was asking what is AI to you, somebody said automation, some said task simplifier and everything. So automation is basically using technology to do tasks, reducing human effort or human assistance. It means some things you find out that you do it routinely, you can actually automate it. Then what's technology? Just innovation, application of knowledge to improve processes. The main thing that makes it a technology means that anybody can pick that tool, send in the same data and get the same output, which means it's actually reproducible. So that's what makes it technology. Then I'll just go into just still defining key terms that I'm going to mention as I go ahead, talk about a bit of digital transformation. So digital transformation actually has to do with combining people, technology, and culture to gain business value, which means I placed 3 processes there on the slide. You start with the digitization, which is actually putting the data in a form that is accessible and available, making it in digital format. The digitalization building process that use that digitized data, then digital transformation. It means you are now at the level where the business is totally transformed, making decisions based on digital information and processes have been transformed. But digital transformation is a continual process. It means that it doesn't stop. It continues, it continues, it continues. Then having defined those basic terms, okay, there's no question. Having defined those basic terms, the next thing I'd like to look at is what do we mean by an AI-driven world in terms of statistics? If you look at statistics available, the first thing you see on this screen is that how are companies investing in AI? You see that the list there is actually 11 to 20% of companies today are spending 25% of their budget on AI. The rest, you find out that the list is actually 10%. I'm not sure, but I'm already spending 10% on AI because I don't know what will happen if I don't invest in AI. So it's also from data by Hostinger, it's also said that 49% of companies allocate between 5% to 20% of their tech budget on AI. Even when the adoption of AI is not complete, companies have seen that it's very necessary and they're allocating a huge budget to AI. So the question I'll ask myself now, if my organization, I work in an organization or for instance, that spend that amount of budget on AI, how does that budget actually affect me? How does it imply? What does it imply to my continued presence there, my job there, and what I do for the organization? So I'll continue with some of the statistics. Over 75% fear job loss from AI, just like that video I played. Somebody is saying, I've spent 10 years, but all of a sudden somebody is doing, I know when ChatGPT came, there was a very large disruption for content creators because people were generating content and posting. All of a sudden, you saw somebody that has not posted for LinkedIn for a whole year could be posting consistently every day because he had, and the person is actually using a technology that enabled that. And by 2030, also, according to Hostinger, 30% of work hours across US will be automated by AI, which means automation is already happening. Then AI is expected to create 133 million new jobs by 2030, which is what is even more important to me. We are so, if from that video, from that icebreaker video, we are so concerned about what happened with the jobs AI are taking away. But we are not even thinking about the jobs that AI is creating and is also going to be creating. What happens with those jobs? So in those, if you look at these statistics is just as at 2024, which was last year. I'm very sure if they take a new statistics this year, it will be far, far higher. It means the rate at which AI adoption is happening in organization, it's very, very fast. People are talking about value differently. Value streams are being redefined. What you thought was value is no longer seen as value. Value is being redefined because of AI. So how are we going to manage this? The main thing is accepting that AI has come to stay. That's the first thing. That's why it's good to look at statistics on what is happening around the world in terms of AI. And if you even also look at trends, there's so much trends in automation, so many AI is taking over repetitive tasks. Nobody wants you to keep doing the same thing over and over again. There's agentic AI, which I will talk about, which is like the future, autonomous AI agent that can decide on your behalf, act, feel, and do so many things on your behalf. There's post-COVID, I think hybrid work has become the normal thing. Nobody says everybody must report to the office. They give you, even strict organization, give you days that you work from home. So it means, how was that possible? It's actually technology. But by then, AI was still upcoming, right? It was COVID hit us with, made us go back and review, okay, how can we work remotely? How can we work hybrid? But then after COVID, AI just upscaled. Then there's a skill gap that is being created due to how vast and how fast AI and technology is evolving. So there's so much skill gap that is created. Jobs are being displaced, new roles are being created, but no, people are not filling up new roles. Every day I go on LinkedIn and I see somebody who just post, I just finished a data analysis course with this one. I had a certificate. I just finished this course with Udemy. I just finished this course. And when we need to get somebody that's a data analyst that could do the job, we sent out some kind of adverts for people to apply. And we interviewed over 15 people and we didn't still get a proper data analyst. So the question I asked myself, all the people posting certificates online, are they just posting certificates without value? So we are in an era where people jump on certificate because that's what you just feel their peer pressure to also show people that you are doing something, but inside you're actually really empty. So those are the kind of things we need actually to look out and really discuss about. So there are key trends. This 2025, hybrid and remote work is consolidating. By forecast, they said in 2026, automation would expand. In 2027, there will be a big rise in AI agents, which means most humans will not be required to do the repetitive jobs again. Then it will widen, reskilling will really widen. The skill gap will really widen in 2028 and the rest. So why all these things takes us to why this is critical? It's really critical because AI, as long as it's actually fast, but it's also creating a gap. So people are still holding on to the traditional way they work. So I hear some people, even developers, say AI will not take my job. AI is just taking some roles. It cannot take my role. But when I look at the kind of thing, and the people that are actually using AI to do those things are not even the one saying AI will not take my roles. So there's a need for this critical change now. Mindset shifts. There's pressure on skills, competitive and job value is changing. People are requesting so many other things that were not there before. There are different certifications that are available now that were not there before. Opportunities are high, but even companies are investing, organizations are investing even when the risks are also high too, because there are AI biases, there are ethical issues we also need to talk about. But yet companies are still investing in AI because nobody wants to be left out. And when I say nobody wants to be left out, looking at this slide, what does it tell you? What does it tell you? I'm very sure, I think Nokia 3310, I like using that picture every time, was one of the best phones I've ever used. The phone acted as everything. It could fall as much as it can without anything, right? We also had BlackBerry. BlackBerry was the baba of them all those days. If you have a BlackBerry, you have a BlackBerry, you have it all. Nobody you can do. We chat BlackBerry to BlackBerry, do their chats. You must own a BlackBerry to be able to have the BlackBerry OS to do that. And we also have Kodak camera. Okay, BlackBerry Bold 2 and the rest. And we also have Kodak camera. If you look at that camera, Kodak camera, you snap, you rotate the film, you snap again, you rotate. Everything was so nice, and they were the first. But what happened? Why are this brand? If you look at there, you see Apple and what do they call it? Yes, let me use my pointer. Yeah, you see Apple and Android sitting on the chair, relaxing and smiling. So what really happened with this brand? Why are we not talking about BlackBerry today? Why are we not talking about Nokia today? Why are we not talking about camera brands like Kodak today? That's the same thing AI is trying to do now. So if we don't align immediately, so God forbid, will become like some of these brands. BlackBerry was very good at that time, but they did not adopt touchscreen technology. When the Android phones and the rest came with touchscreen and everything, they underestimated them because they already had the corporate market and everything. They underestimated competition. They felt their operating system was the best and it's just for those their people. They did not open it up. You could only own a BlackBerry to install an app and everything. The app was just for BlackBerry. So even customer habits shift. People needed more, right? People needed more and everything. People needed to touch screen and everything, but they were fine. Nokia, the same thing. They had their Symbian OS that was the best, one of the best that time. So they restricted it to the phone, to their phone and everything. The same thing, Kodak felt that it was a cultural shift because that film they used to make was something so unique, that analog film that you need to buy and snap and go and develop. So when the digital transformation came, digital photography came, they did not adapt quickly. By the time they wanted to adapt, it was too late. People like Canon and the rest are taking over. So this tells you something, that you need to observe and adapt quick. You need to observe and adapt quick. So right now, Android came, iOS came, they created an app store. They made people, irrespective of the brand, whether you are using any phone you want to use, you could able to download. Before Nokia started adapting to that, it was already too late, they were out. So these are brands that we focus on innovation. I'm talking about Apple and Android now. They were listening to how the trends are going, and they are still standing today because they are still listening to how people are changing and how their requests and needs are changing. The other thing there is value is currently being redefined. So what we hold so dear now as a value might not be value. I can imagine that some years back, yes, a few years back, if somebody say I have 1 gig flash drive, and 1 gig flash drive was even a very big hard drive, right? You say, that was very big. So even when the earlier times when people were defining big data, if you say I have like maybe 100 gig, 100 terabytes, 50 terabytes, it's big data to you. But if you notice all what happened that time, big data, even the definition of big data then was limited to the technology available. Because the technology available at then could not process petabytes of data. So the definition of everything then was depending on the amount of data the fastest technology can process. But now, if you are talking of big data, you're talking of petabytes, zettabytes, crazily large data. And if you see the device that stores them, very tiny devices. So value in that example I gave now, the definition of big data has changed drastically. If you are looking at available technology that can process those data. The same thing with AI now. So many value is being changed, right? People are no longer looking for doing the work. People were paid before to just do work, do work, how many hours, even payroll were based on number of hours and everything. So things are changing. The value system is changing. Now, if somebody is employing you, it's looking at what value am I getting from you, not how many hours you spend. So the value system is changing. Even knowledge is also changing. What you felt that you knew now in the next maybe 6 months might be obsolete if you don't stay up to date, might be obsolete. So knowledge is very dynamic, very, very dynamic now. So value now analyze some things you want to do. There is no static way. So we have this system where we go to school, we learn something in the past because the value system was not changing very fast. So you learn something and you know that thing and you hold it for 5 years, even though you don't read any book. If anybody comes to ask you, you can tell the person the thing and that goes. But now, if you don't stay up to date, you might give somebody an information and you find out that that information is obsolete. It no longer works that way because the value system is changing very, very fast. So people are shifting away from owning physical assets to owning digital assets. Instead of hiring teams, they're looking for, do I have any platform I can use to make my work faster? As I mentioned, people are not looking for outputs. They are looking for outcomes, not know how many reports now, because AI can generate a lot of reports. So before, if you generate a report, they say you work very hard. Now they say, okay, how does this report improve my decision and my outcome? So you see, the value system is constantly changing. What you think is value now in the next 1 year might not be value. What if you are already employed or working, the different things, even in your job, what you are taking as value now, so you are seeing is very valuable. With the AI adoption being very rapid and going very fast, you find out that the value system will change and what you think is value will no longer be value. So how do we stay relevant? I would like to come back to that slide, but let me stay. If you look at these 3 different images, the last image you're seeing things like become officially certified in ChatGPT in just 7 days. So a few years ago, there was nothing like this. But you, with time now, you find job roles that are asking people that they need somebody that is ChatGPT certified. What do that mean? What the value system is shifting. So they need somebody, they have adopted AI and they've realized that yes, we need our employees to use AI. But now, how do they get the best value out of it? Because you can still have AI in front of somebody, but it's not using it optimally. So you can have people before now say, okay, I need people that are ChatGPT certified and everything. That is now available. It wasn't available before. You have people like Elon Musk and the CEO of NVIDIA. They are saying that maths beats coding now. Basically, let me put that in context. What they're actually saying is that with AI, coding can be done. So many things can be done. So it means that everything now goes back to first principles. First principle means that, do I know the foundation? Because AI is trained on data. AI can make mistakes. So many things can happen. Do I know the foundations that if AI is going the wrong way, I can say no, because I have good domain knowledge in what I'm asking. This is not what I want. So no, everybody is not saying don't use AI. They've already started accepting that AI needs to do some job. But these people are trying to say that it goes back like for what they are saying, math bit, it means that you need to know the foundation of math, the basic math, so that you can be able to direct and even make innovation, because innovation comes at the foundation. Then you see things like integrations like this, where you have things like OpenAI being integrated to Excel, Copilot being integrated to Excel. So you can even have data in Excel, and in that data, you are saying, okay, please, can you analyze this data and give me the result of that data? That's another part of how far AI is evolving. So different things are coming out because of AI adoption. So how are we preparing for it? The first thing is, as I said, there's half-life. I think is in chemistry. When I learned chemistry in secondary school, they say half-life is the time it takes for a knowledge, or a particular stuff to decay and lose its to have its original value. Time it takes it to decay. Now, half-lives of skills is shrinking. That's why you find out. I feel that's also the pressure that's making people post certification without even getting the actual knowledge. Because what is relevant today? I remember before COVID, I was preparing to write my CCIE. I've done the first part. I want to do the second part, which was like the highest Cisco certification then in terms of security. But after COVID prevented me from traveling to write the exam. After COVID, that was not relevant to me again because adoption and alignment was towards cloud. So I said, okay, this is vendor basic. It's okay. It's fine. I can do that. But everybody's moving towards cloud. Should I go and be doing a vendor-based certification now? I left it and adapted immediately. And that was the next relevant thing. So the skills you are learning now in the next 1 year, they might not even be relevant. That's what it means. How fast it's going. You are learning so many things. That's why you find out that even on courses platform, update is happening every time. You have a course you've paid for, they are coming back to update the course and everything. So it's not about certification. I go back to what Elon Musk and the CEO of NVIDIA say. It's not about certification. It's not about those big things right now. The first thing is going back to first principle. If you are a domain person, do you understand your domain very well? The greatest mistake you can make, instead of using AI, because AI also helps you learn. I said embrace continuous learning. The thing is that AI can help you learn fast. But depending on what stage you are in your career, AI should not be helping you do the job. It should be helping you learn it. If you get to a particular senior stage or advanced stage of your career, you can use AI to do the job. When there's any issue, you know where it comes from.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Sorry for the interruption. I'm guessing there's a problem with his network, so let's just be patient and wait for him to get connected back. In the meantime, I hope you've been enjoying the session. Please drop your comments, questions, emoji. Yes, we lost him, Kimberly. So let's just be patient and wait for him to get back. He has been telling us about how to stay relevant. This is the most important part of today's session. You don't want to miss it. We have talked about going back to first principles so far. I know most of us are young, we're young professionals, so I want to be going back to the first principle is the most important. It looks like he's back. Hello, someone, are you back?
Yes, I'm back. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Welcome, guys.
Okay, sorry. Sorry for that. I had to switch networks. So that's a problem. Can AI help us solve network problems? No, we didn't. I'm here. So can AI help us solve network problems? All right. So embracing continuous learning, as I mentioned, embracing continuous learning is not AI adopt AI to learn fast. But when you don't have the foundation, but when you don't have the foundation, use AI to learn fast. But when you have the foundation, use AI to do your job, because you are sure that if there's an error, if you are prompting the AI in a particular way, it's responding you maybe due to hallucination, because AI hallucinates. You can get tired and be repeating the same thing over and over to you. But sometimes that is when your domain knowledge comes to play. So that's very important. Then you don't need to wait for AI to disrupt your role before you start adopting AI. So already, what the people that will matter in this AI era are people that are already leveraging AI to gain productivity, right? Leveraging AI to gain productivity. So what it means is that you need to be proactive, right? If you go, okay, everybody, you are working, you are doing something, everybody is engaged in one activity or the other. Is there a particular activity that is routine, so routine to you, that you do it over and over again? There are so many AI over the internet. So many, apart from the generative AI, I will talk about them later, they're different. Are they routine tasks you do? Why can't you already find the way of trying to automate that routine task using AI? Experiment with tools available. There's Copilot, there's a free version, there's ChatGPT, free version. There are domain-specific AI agents, they are free. I'm also going to discuss about the ethical issues later. But you need to make sure that you integrate AI to your workflow. You don't need to hide. I see some people still use AI in their workplace, and they, when you tell them, how did you get this? Say, I'll get back to you. Say, can you do it here? They said, no, 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 no. Let me go back to my seat and get back to you. Just because you don't want to show that it's actually AI you use. AI adoption is increasing, right? You don't need to be doing that, right? Because you are reducing the productivity. You would have just stayed prompted and get the right results and even get help. It has gotten to the point where leaders of organizations are even paying for AI tools for people to use. Some organizations in the tech space are saying, okay, if I want to interview you, come to an interview, you must tell me which AI tool you are using, so that I give you an interview based on what you are doing and what the AI tool you use, so that I can combine both of you and interview both of you together. So if you are using ChatGPT, I can know that the interview is between you and ChatGPT, because when you come to work in the workplace, that's what you'll be using. So why do you need to? People are still hiding and feeling they want to feel very smart, that they are very smart people. They are using AI, but they're not telling you they're using AI and everything. So there is no need for that, because that's even limiting your productivity. Most organizations have adopted it. Most people know that they're using it. Most of the mails, I see people send mails. I see people respond to mails. When I look at the mails, I'll see Dash, I'll see American English, I'll see everything. They don't even spend time to curate it. And it's very clear that AI generated that, because most of the data available in AI were trained, like in ChatGPT, we trained using American English, different data for America and the rest of the thing. So it's very clear. So top industry leaders are already adopting it. You have some organizations that are already saying, okay, we are using Copilot, or we are using ChatGPT. Okay, everybody has a Copilot subscription. We have Read AI we are using to take minutes of meeting. People are adopting it, people are investing in it. So when you start being proactive and start checking your job roles, checking the things you do every day, and find out, how does AI apply to this, or what can I use? That's when you can even take advantage of that percentage of budget that organizations are spending on tech. Because if you don't stand out to say, I need this, we need to automate this AI can help us, you'll not take advantage of that. You'll not even be learning, because some of them are also training budget. So that's one. Then the other one is building complementary human skills. Yes, AI is perfect. Very, very perfect. It's doing a lot of things, but AI cannot replace what makes us uniquely human. That's the simple truth. That's why we have AI precision even in medicine and the rest of the thing, but we still need human oversight. So there are some certain skills that will make you stand out, because it means that the people that will create more value in this AI era are people that think critically, people that are creative. You are creative and innovative. You can't. There's a story of an organization that wanted to They were shipping out, maybe, let me use noodles, for instance. So they realized that the automation they did to package some carton of noodles, they were, because of that automation, at the sealer machine, the machine was actually sealing empty cartons and shipping them. So how did they solve the empty carton problem? They brought engineers and everything. They came up with solution and everything. They spent millions of dollars. What did they do? They brought a machine that stays at the point where the stuff is sealed and shipped out, and say, okay, this machine, at the point, at every time after the carton has been packaged, let's weigh the content. And if it's weighing maybe 0 or a particular weight, throw it away, don't ship it. And that was what was done. But they were using it for up to 6 months to a year. They employed an IT student one day. IT student just looked at it and now said, okay, but how much are we paying for this machine? It's too expensive. Why can't we just buy a fan, a small fan, put it there? If the carton is empty, the fan will blow it away and it will not go for shipping. That's creativity. That's innovation. That's the simple truth about that. So because of that single thing, it saved the company millions of dollars and he had a permanent job. So the people that will remain in this era are people that are very creative, very innovative. You have a lot of emotional intelligence, because even in the field, managing people, they will need people that can lead. So much emotional intelligence, so much effective communication, so much critical thinking. So imagine that simple scenario now. That boy had a job because of that. And it's not because he was the smartest, but because he was creative. But imagine bringing all the engineers, because we like to think things big. We like to solve E is equal to MC squared, solve PDs and everything. They were designing solutions that cost money, but that saved the company a lot of money. And that's what will happen in this era. They will need people that are more innovative. What are you innovative about? What are you doing? What are the human skills you have? Are you creative? Are you innovative? Because at the end of the day, it's people that are creative. Like there's a factory in China that ship over $200,000 a day, but have only 3 people employed. Everything is fully automated. People have lost jobs, but more jobs were created. There are people that are thinking how those machines work. There are people that are thinking how those machines will repair itself. So new jobs are created. How are you aligning yourself? How are you aligning yourself with the new jobs? How are you aligning yourself with the skills, the new human skills you need to stay relevant? So this is actually a fact. The next thing is emerging technologies. There's blockchain, there's different things. That's why I even like this platform, because part of the way to stay relevant is actually staying away and having platform like this, like SPE provided, where you can discuss about these things, create awareness, people to talk about these things, to keep people on their feet. It's one of the ways to stay relevant. Join communities. There are many Microsoft communities, different communities talking about AI. There are AI conferences you can actually join and listen to what is trending. I was discussing with somebody and he said, okay, they said, all this cloud, this one, this cloud computing, they say data is the new oil and everything. So I'm telling you that I told the person that all the tech career that exists today are related to data in one way or the other. If you are talking about cyber security, you are protecting data. If you are talking about networking, you are transmitting data. All of them, if you are talking data analytics, you are analyzing data. All of them relates to data. And there's fact by IBM that about only the 30% or 90% of the data in the whole world was created in the last 2 years alone. That was in 2019, last 2 years alone. And out of that, how many has been analyzed and used for decision percent? Only just 2% based on that data. So it means that there is gap. That's why I mentioned having so many people saying they are data analysts, and when we're looking for actual one that could solve our problem, we did not see the skill set. So it's not about feeling peer pressure because my friend is doing it, let me do it. You need to stay relevant with emerging technology. What is happening? Blockchain is coming strong, data analytics is coming strong, not just data analytics. Don't let it traditionally, because AI has done some improvement. How can I use AI to make it fast? While people are trying to do sentiment analysis with so many different chat and this thing, can I just prompt the AI and it give me the chat? Because at the end of the day, what people want is how can I make decisions faster? So staying aware of emerging technologies, like joining communities and all this, like SP and other professional communities, staying alert of conferences, it's one way to get this done. Then, I say network, adapt, and stay flexible. There is no linear career in this era of AI. Everything, as I said, value system is being redefined by structures that have been put in place. So there's no linear career. What you are learning now, ChatGPT is the best now. I'm very sure that 10 years or maybe 20 years from today, our children will look at us and feel we were very dumb by using ChatGPT, because the technology that will be available for them to them then will be something unimaginable. They might not even need to chat. They might be talking to themselves and AI are responding. So this is what is relevant today. It's not linear. So you need to be in that loop of learning, but you need to stay relevant, find mentors in this area, join communities, build relationship inside and outside the organization that aligns with this. Join if you see different communities that they are doing tutorials, join, but be open to transition into new roles. You can go online and search what are any role you think you want to develop yourself into. What are the AI applications of this my role? What is AI doing? You can even rethink your role. This role I'm doing now, I'm currently doing, performing. Okay, hand is up. Is time up? Joy, how much time do we have? I saw your hand.
So we are running out of time. So
Okay, don't
let's
worry. Yes.
by
Yes.
5. Yes.
All right, I'll be done. So we can actually think about that and everything. So having said all that, AI is a partner. There's no need hiding. AI will help you do work better. As I said, interview are currently been happening today with AI partners. So AI is a partner. You see it as something you collaborate with, not something you are competing with. Because at the end of the day, you'll be the one to make the AI give you better inputs. So it amplifies your potential. There are also ethical parts to it, which means even when you are dealing with AI, think of the ethical part. You are dealing with your organization, very important. It's not just every information in especially most of this large language model. You don't just copy all the information and drop it on AI because of privacy, because that information will be used to train. Somebody can go, have you even thought of go to ChatGPT today and say, what do you know about, mention your name, and see the amount of information that it will give you. All those things are based on searches you've done, researches you've done, the kind of thing you ask and everything. So you need to be also cautious of that part too. So the future of AI is actually agents, right? When I say AI agents, I mean some of the things we do today, everything from picking call, answering somebody, shipping a package, doing everything will be controlled by agents. And that's where we are going. So agents means that they can perceive the environment, they can make decisions, they can take action, and they can learn from that action if it was wrong. So that's what people are doing. Most people are already automating using AI agents. AI agents are doing everything for them. So what's an AI agent? Just sit as a virtual team member that can work 24/7. So it means you can do everything you can do and does not get tired. That's the future. But there's this very important thing. This conference I attended, the godfather of AI said that AI, there's no need for us to try to restrict AI because AI will get smarter than us. But we should be careful how we build and train AI. So we should treat it as mothers, because mothers means you are taking care of the child, hoping that one day the child will make a decision that will favor you, that will align with your interests and your culture and your values. But if you are not careful that way and thinking that you can control AI will actually outgrow us. So we should accept that as a reality and start forming true partnerships with AI. So another thing I like to say is fixed mindset. That a particular way of doing something does not mean that it's always like that. There's nobody that is born talented. Have a mindset that is allowing growth to happen so that you accept the era that we are in and you continuously develop yourself towards that era. Then the most important one is become a brand. Why I say become a brand, if you look at all these pictures here, each of these pictures on this slide tells you something. If you see Elon Musk, there's a picture that comes to your mind. If you see Bill Gates, if you see Airpiece, if you see Apple phone, you see Samsung phone, there's a picture that comes to your mind. So if somebody thinks about you, what picture comes to your mind? That is very, very important. Because you need to build, as I said, we are going towards going away from skills that everybody automation that can be done to go to human personal skills that is something unique to you. You need to start discovering that. What is that brand? Because in an AI-driven world, everything can be automated, but there's so many things that cannot be automated. That's why I said that it's beyond titles, it's beyond I'm a reservoir engineer, I am this, I am that. AI can replace what you do, but AI cannot replace who you are. So you need to actually rediscover yourself and find out what tools can I use to build up this part of myself. So that if somebody thinks about you, what is he actually thinking about? Because those are the kind of skill set that no matter what AI does, it can automate repetitive tasks, but that particular part, it's not what can be done by AI. So I would like to end here by saying AI can replace what you do, but it cannot replace who you are. So you need to first of all rediscover yourself. Keep to continuous learning, as I mentioned. Somebody said I should go back to this code. Keep to continuous learning, stay aware of emerging technologies, build complementary human skills, and be proactive. Thank you. Over to you,
Thank you
Mojeko.
so much. Thank you so much, Toba. Let's give our speaker a round of applause. We've gotten so much value this evening. We've gotten so much information. Round of applause for our speaker. Thank you so much for them. So, at this point, we'll be taking questions and answers. If you have any questions for the speaker, please kindly share it in the chat box or raise your hand to indicate that you want to speak. I'll give you a recap of what our speaker has said. Our speaker has shown us how important AI is. At this point, I don't think anyone is questioning if AI will change things because the statistics are showing that AI is definitely changing the workplace. Some of the key points we raised for us to stay relevant, talk about going back to the first principles. Like I was saying when we got corporate, most of us are young professionals here, so we're mostly at the our career. I believe that going back to the first principles will be very important for people like us. We also told us to stay proactive. So wherever you are, you want to identify how AI can be useful, you want to experiment and you want to adopt. I want to add that if any of us here is in a position, like in a managerial position, if you try AI yourself and you see that it is making your work faster and better, you can suggest it to be officially adopted in your company. I saw a post recently trending about how Nigerian companies are against AI, while abroad they ask if you can use AI. I want to believe that if we want Nigeria to go forward and if we want our company to go forward, it's important for us to also teach to our managers the importance of AI. In addition to that, talk about how we should build our own human skills like emotional intelligence, communication. We should build ourselves as a brand. And to do this, you have to discover yourself. This is just a brief overview because we don't have enough time. Please, I'd like to see your comments in the chat, your questions in the chat box. I can see a lot of people thanking the speaker. It's also they want to know if you are going to be sharing the slides with us. Will you be sharing the slides with us?
Yes, the slide will be available. I'll send the slide to me.
Okay, so for everyone that is registered, the slide will be available and shared with you since we already have your email. Someone also wants to know, okay, someone said you should share the Godfather quote slide again. Now, I think we've done that already. The slide with the Godfather quote. Okay, so you can take a screenshot of it. So, I'm not seeing any questions in the comment section, so I want to believe that this is a sign that our speaker was able to cover everything very holistically. If someone has a question, yes, one brother has a question for us. So he said, for a newbie coming into AI for advanced productivity and automation, how does one get into fundamentals of AI, ensuring basic understanding is assured on first principle and also gets certified as well? So I think he wants to know the exact steps he can take coming to AI as a newbie for productivity and automation.
Okay, I'll try to respond to that. So first of all, as a newbie, remember the first thing, people jump into AI, and sometimes people that discuss that they want to use AI does not even know why they want to use it. The first thing is that you need to know what you are doing, your tasks. Then, because if you use AI on an inefficient system, you'll be automating an inefficient system. So you cannot automate what you cannot do manually. That's the first thing. So it means that why I talked about domain knowledge means that in anything you do, understand the foundation, how this thing is done manually. I cannot automate a task when I don't even know how to do it manually. And that's what people face today, because they don't even know how that thing is done manually. They use AI and AI tools and everything is done. And when there is a simple bug that can lead to ethical issues or anything, they can't correct it. But for a newbie, what I just said, know your domain, what your domain is. There are so many AI courses. And I'm going to share links. Maybe what I'll do is to add links to those AI communities in my slide, the last slide, I'm going to add them, where you can start and learn the foundations of AI. They're going to teach you about automation, how to automate tasks, how to break down tasks into lean areas you can automate. Then you learn about foundation of AI, what is AI and everything. Then you start moving up from there. So the most important thing, don't focus on certification, because most of the people that go to learn, they focus on certification. Focus on understanding and getting the knowledge. Certification is good because it gives you global validation, but you cannot globally validate what locally within you are not sure that you know it. So don't focus on certification when you are starting, because I saw you write certification there to get certified. Don't focus on that. Focus on learning and understanding. Then you can now go for the certification for validation. But I'm going to also share the links to communities and AI tutorials that are basic and fundamental in the chat. Thanks.
Thank you, Ikavan. That was well said. So you also answered the question that someone else was asking. John was asking where you can get AI communities to join, ones that are active and ready to mentor people and to do a very healthy network. So I want to believe that that will be shared, as you said. So another question from John Bosco. He said, the older generation are usually apprehensive about technologies like this as a result of religion and other related factors. Some also believe that hard work is better than smart work. His question is how, his question says, as the exposed generation that we are, how can we bring older folks to the light of AI?
This one is actually a very tough question. But I'll attempt. So I think everything about life is actually the phase you are, right? While I expect people at the younger phase should, as I mentioned, maybe you're in school, you're just finishing and everything, you want to dive into this, make sure your domain is strong. So that when you are going to AI, you know what you are automating in your domain. Make sure it's strong so that AI is actually that partner for you. So for people already, that's for people that want, but for some people that are already experts, they already know their domains very well. So for those people, they can use AI aptly to get value immediately, because if there's an issue, they can actually understand there's an issue and prompt better. But when you talk about the older generation, I guess this person is talking about the elderly, and the rest of the people. I don't know how best I can actually answer that, but the thing is, we focus on, even as young professionals, we focus so much on tools instead of value. I think that's part of why this is a struggle for us, because if you focus on value, not about hard work, smart work, those people want to say, okay, value, this thing you can do, this thing you do very well, because what we try to sell to them, no, this tool is good, this tool is good. Forget about the tool and focus on the value. And that's where the shift is going to now. People, before you go to an organization, you deploy software, you come back, you renew the software. But now people are saying, what value am I getting? Tell me the value I'm getting, not the solution. I don't want the solution. So for these older people, they are very mature. They've gone through different decades of generation. I think the only thing that makes sense to them is the value. Forget about the tool. Tell them this is the value I'm getting, and I'm getting this in a shorter while. I think that will attract them more than just saying this is a new technology, everybody is using it and everything. I remember my mom, for instance, was somebody that I struggled to make her be on WhatsApp. And she said, no, I can make call. What is WhatsApp? and everything. But I traveled and she tried to reach me and she couldn't reach me. She had to call all my brothers, call somebody to the house to set up WhatsApp, and she started using it. And today, she doesn't call me on normal call again. She called me on WhatsApp. That because there was a limitation. She couldn't reach me because of roaming. So I think that value was clear. I don't need to tell her be on WhatsApp. She doesn't even call on normal call again. So I feel that's what we should focus on, value, and not selling technology, selling tools to them.
I think our speaker has gotten cut off again. So
No, I'm
does this
here. I'm here.
oh
I finished speaking. Yeah, I'm here.
okay. Thank you so much, Togon. In fact, I've learned a lot from today, and one word you kept on mentioning is value. I want to believe that we're all going to move a lot of value and knowledge about AI and how we can adopt it wherever we find ourselves. Because of time, we have to round up at this point, and we'll be inviting the facilitator to handle the next item on the agenda. Thank you so much, Togon. So let's give our speaker a round of applause. Let's show our appreciation in the comments. Let's thank him. Drop your reaction, drop your fire emojis in the comments. Hi, Samuel. Are you on the call?
All right, yes, I'm here. Thank you so much for moderating the session, and special thanks to our speaker. This is beyond an eye-opening session for me. It's also mind-blowing. The part that even struck me most is the fact that our speaker said AI can replace what you do, but cannot replace who you are. Yes, that's the fact, because there's this notion around the world that AI has come to replace us as a person. No, you need to rediscover yourself and do a lot of things so that AI will not replace you, but and also cannot even replace what you may not be able to replace what you do. Why are you not part of the people? Statistic has shown that over 133 million jobs will be available in this AI space in the next couple of years. Why don't you target one of those job and and be part of it? So by leveraging on what this our speaker has already said today. So as a token of our appreciation, please can we move to the certificate slide? So as a token of our appreciation, we would like to appreciate the effort of our speaker. I'll be calling on our distinguished section chair to help us present the certificate to our speaker and the moderator of today's session. Our section chair in person of Dr. Egbia Pringle. Please, I'm trying to confirm if doctor is still available on the call. Okay. Sir, please, are you
Okay,
still
so
available?
I think he might have stepped out, so I'll take that on behalf of him.
All right, that's fine. So,
Joy, thank you so much for accepting to be our moderator for this month's monthly professional series. It has been an interactive section. Like I can see the comment section at least everyone is fully engaged. We are so happy to have you on this call to moderate this section. So on behalf of SPE Port Harcourt's young professionals, we present this certificate to you. Thank you so much. And in that highlight also, we personally want to thank our speaker for today, Ita Obom. Please, Ekpe, if I murder your name, I'm so sorry. It has been a fire lit section. Like, I'm so encouraged, I'm so motivated as in to go into AI. I've been hearing about AI, but within me, I've been leveraging AI tools for my own personal use, and today is just an eye opening for every one of us on this call. So I think after this call, everybody is going to like go into a new career transition. Thank you so much for answering our call to be part of this event and to be our first speaker for the monthly professional series. We are so happy to have you. And on behalf of SPE Port Harcourt's young professionals, we present this certificate to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for that wonderful presentation. That's our YP chair, person of Pauline Igbanuse. So please kindly turn off your camera while we take a photograph. Please, everyone, endeavor to turn on your camera. I want to quickly take a photograph of you. Simeon, please, you take the photograph when as much as many people turn on their camera.
Okay, noted.
All right.
So let's just do it to turn on our video as we snap our pictures. Okay, more videos are still coming. We'll just give like 5 seconds.
All right, that will be fine.
Okay, I think we have more videos now.
All right, can we take it now?
So, okay, with a smile, just put on the smile as we snap our picture. So I will just say SP. I know you you can't see it from your end, so you just give the thumbs up from your end while I snap the picture. So SPE, the slogan is Solutions, People, Energy. So SPE.
Solution, people, energy.
Thank you.
All right. All right, thank you for that, Mr. Simeon. So I see a lot of people leaving the call already now. We are far from finishing the session. In fact, the icing on the cake is still we're still trying to prepare that. So kindly stay put on the call. The session is far from being over. So who knows, you might be the winner of our the token that we prepare for you. So please kindly wait a bit longer. We're rounding up already. So moving on to the next thing on our agenda is I'll be calling on the people from the membership drive. If anyone is on the call, kindly take the stage for just 2 minutes to quickly enlighten us about the membership. Thank you.
Okay, Kimberly is on the call. He's the YP membership lead, and he will be taking the membership drive.
All right, thank you very much, Pauline. Please confirm you can hear me, everyone. Good evening.
Yes, we can. Good evening.
Okay, yes, thank you so much. So thank you all for being on this call, and it has been an exciting moment. I've really gotten to learn a lot from our speakers today, and it's a beautiful one. So please, if you are here on the call, yes, I just want to remind you that we are SPE Port Harcourt session. Yes, this is actually a place where you get this kind of information for free. I'm very sure nobody asked for payment to be part of today's session. So yes, we are SPE Port Harcourt session, and we are encouraging everyone who is on this call to be a member. If you are not a member, please, we have this open door policy where we talk to you, we teach, and we encourage you on how to actually become an active member of SP. Yes, the benefits of SP still range from strong industry network to the technical events like this, our networking and the conferences, discounted conference fees, and also we provide a lot of volunteering opportunities for everyone. Yes, our members are also students from various disciplines, from different schools, and we also have the Young Professional Body, the Young Professional Committee, and also the senior members. Next slide, please. So moving forward to how you can join SPE. Yes, you can see a scan code here. You can actually scan and fill the form for you to actually register or renew your membership. For new membership registration, we pay over 69,000 naira for new membership registration, and for the annual renewal, we pay 55,000 naira. So if you want to still, please next slide. So if you want to actually proceed with this, we ask that you reach out to our membership chair, the person of Emanuela Abo, or you can also contact the co-chair. They will actually give you the full attention, the undivided attention, and take you through how you can actually be an SPA member. You can also reach out to me for those who are student members and are yet to transition into YP. This is an open call. Yes, you chat me up. We take you through that process. It will take you 3 minutes and we are done. Once again, thank you all for enjoying our activities and enjoying our events. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Kimberly, for that. So the next thing we'll be doing now is unveiling the emerging energy leaders. I will be calling on a representative from the WLP to take on that.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay, so one important thing we have to do today in this call is to recognize the outstanding achievements of two remarkable individuals who have not only excelled in their roles in volunteering in SPE Port Harcourt, but have also inspired us all with their innovation, dedication, and their leadership potential. So this recognition is reserved for those who work hard and whose hard work and commitment to excellence are a testament of the bright future of our society. Ladies and gentlemen, on this call, behold our emerging energy leaders for September 2025. Please join me in congratulating Joshua Ate and Emanuela Agbo. Please let the clap keep coming, keep it coming. Thank you both for your incredible contributions. We appreciate you.
All right, thank you so much. So I believe everyone on this call is actually motivated because this might be you next time. So thank you for that recognition, and congratulations to Emmanuel Agbo and Joshua Ate for this for the outstanding work. So now going to the next thing on our agenda, like I said, at the end of the day, we have an icing on the cake. So kindly stay tuned as we go through a bit of quiz. Then at the end of the day, you go home with a token. So proudly sponsored by Madrago Daniel. So I'll be calling on Edwin Joe to take this session quickly. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Samuel. So we'll just proceed. We'll proceed with the quiz. Yeah. So please confirm my screen can be seen. So you just go to menti.com and you put out the code. Just go to menti.com. Please confirm I can be heard.
Yes.
All right, thank you. So just go to menti.com. If you're having difficulties joining, please let me know. We have a maximum capacity of 50 users, and we'll start once we have. If you have joined the game, just send your emoji or just use a react. Yeah. Or send a chat. Yeah. Thanks. Okay, I can see some reactions. We have 17 people on the games channel already. Okay, you can see 5 persons thumbs up. Okay, once we get to 20, we'll begin. Please just join menti.com, www.menti.com, enter the code, and can select a name, or you'll be given a name. Any of them is fine. Please, we just need one more person so we can begin. Yeah, one more person and we'll start. The game is a very short quiz. Some will be based on what we've learned. The session was quite inspiring, and I jotted down one or two things. Some other things will just be general SPE knowledge and things about the energy industry, just to make sure that we are good to go. All right, we have 20 persons, and we'll move now. So question number 1. 13 players are ready, 14, 15. Question number 1 is good to go. Yeah. The faster you answer, the more points you get. I think this should be a simple one. Oh, we have some people that feel that. Okay, that's fine. Let's see what the leaderboard looks like. Vroom. Wow. His name speaks for him. Okay. Next question. 19 players are good to go, and we move. Sorry. Okay, yeah, good to go. Yeah. 20 players. A blowout preventer is primarily used to what do we use it to do? Is it to increase the drilling speed, to circulate mud faster, to control the fluids, and to reduce the well cost? Those people who have, oh, okay. We have assisting people getting the correct answer. So move over to the next question. Question 3, and we have 20 players once again. Remember, the faster you answer, the more points you get. Which of the following is not one of the roles of AI? Yeah, as a partner. Is it amplifying human potential, handling repetitive tasks, making humans obsolete? Oh, one person said amplifying. Okay, you don't need the amplification of AI, I guess. So let's see the leaderboard again. There seems to be a new leader. Sakura. Okay. All right, next question. Question 4 out of 10. Almost done. So the question is, the 2025 Annual Technical Conference and Exhibition will be held in which city? A, Dallas. B, San Antonio. C, Houston. D, Port Harcourt. Those who are conversant with SPE events, yeah. Houston, nobody chose Port Harcourt. That's sad. Well, Houston is the correct answer. Houston, USA, holding from the 20th to 23rd of October. So we have question number, question number 5. Answer fast to get more points. Cap rock in petroleum systems must have. What is that thing that a cap rock in petroleum system must have? High porosity, high permeability, low permeability, low organic content. Which of them is the correct answer? Low permeability. Many persons got that. Kudos to those who did. Let's look at the leaderboard once again. Oh, it looks like there's been a displacement. And Elsa, wow. Elsa looks to be leading at the moment. Next question will be fast now from now. Okay, the question is, gas lift works by What's the principle that gas lift works by? What does it do to improve? Does it increase permeability, reduce BHP, expand the tubing size, or increase porosity? The faster you get, the more answers. 11 persons got that correctly. It reduces the BHP by introducing a lower pressure. The gas goes to the bottom hole to reduce the BHP, to enable the differential, creating room for more fluid to flow up the wellbore. Which of these tools is not an example of generative AI? Which of these tools is not an example of generative AI? A, ChatGPT, B, Gemini, C, Cloud, and D, Trello. Yeah. So this is not. Some people went for Cloud. Our speaker repetitively mentioned these are his 3 best models, and let's look at the leaderboard for the last time before we look at it during the finals. Yeah. Elsa still at the lead. Massive gap. Hope she sustains it to the end. If it's a she. So, question number 8. Yeah, okay. Players are ready. So the leaderboard can still change just in case you are 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. Society of Petroleum Engineers became a separately incorporated entity. In what year? Separately incorporated entity. What year? 1957, 1960, 1985, 1922. I guess a lot of persons will fail this. I thought as much. 1957 is the wrong answer. 1985 is the correct answer. Thank you very much for trying. 1957 is when they became a part of AMIA, a separate section in AIME rather, but they became incorporated in 1985. Second to the last question before we close. What type of sedimentary rock is most common for reservoirs? This question used to bring a lot of buzz when I was still in school. Granite, shale, sandstone, carbonate. And some went for the wrong answer, of course. Shale is the wrong answer. Sandstone is the correct answer. Shale used to be arguably, a lot of persons used to argue, but sandstone is correct. Last question, and then we'll show the winners. Which of the following is not, who is not a section director? That's my mentor here. Mr. Adebola Bada, Mrs. Ngozi Okonkwo, Mr. Pringle Egbe, Mr. Pedro Ibiye. Abiye, So, some people failed it. Mr. Pringle Egbe is not a section director because he is the current section chairman. And thank you all for trying. Let's see the scoreboard at the end of the game. Bolt and Croc rose, made a very massive leap, but would that be enough to take them? No, Elsa won. Thank you very much for joining the games today. Please, if you're a top 3, just send a proof of your contribution and your data, your page to either me, the section, the YP chair, or anybody, or the team lead, technical team lead, so you can claim your rewards. Thank you very much, guys. Back to you, Samuel.
All right. Thank you so much, Edwin. So I believe the winner will do as you instructed. So it's just unfortunate I was not be able to be part of it. Maybe I would have been the winner there. All right. So can you stop sharing your screen while we go on to the next thing on our agenda? All right. So the next thing, the month of September is still far from being over for us. So we still have a lot of activities coming up. And one of it is the monthly technical meeting, which is coming up on the 25th September, which is Thursday, as in 2 days' time, 5:30 p.m. on Zoom. So you see the link there. The theme is Decade of Gas Production and Supply for Sustainable Energy Transition. So this is one of very important topic also that I will implore you to be there and be part of it. So the next thing is the next item here that we'll be looking at for this month of September, the next event rather. So the Ambassador Lecture Program, which is coming up on Saturday, 27th of September by 1 p.m. So the venue also is Zoom. You can see the link there. that you can use to register and be part of it. This is in conjunction with Niger Delta University. So yeah, so all work without play make Jack a dull boy. Not only Jack, everybody here also might be a dull boy without playing. So the next thing we're having is the YP Special Denim Hangout. I thought some people would be excited about it. So where you get to wear your denim, you meet section directors, you meet the current board members. This is an opportunity for you to network and to see them in flesh if you're just sitting there, you've not seen them for the first time. So another thing is call for donation, YP Street Credibility Program and charity visits to the home of the elderly. So if you want, please do well to be part of this. And how you can support through food item, toiletries, contact for donation and sponsorship. So you can see the whole lot of the contact there. So you can be part of this also. The next thing is the YP Street Credibility Program and charity visit to the home of the elderly. I think, is that repetitive? Okay, the dates. Now, the first one is for the donation, then the second one is the event itself, then which is coming up Wednesday, 1st of October, which happens to be a free working day. So the venue is the home of the elderly, Harbour Road, Port Harcourt, 10 a.m. Account details are if you want to be part of people that want to contribute to this, the account details is there also in the flyer. So lastly, International Day of the Girl Child team, the girl I am, the change I lead. So this is also one of our events coming up on the 13th October by 12 p.m. West African time. So this is Rumokuta happening at a Rumokuta Girls School where we have a series of panelists and keynote speaker lining up for that. So that will be all for the announcements. Please let's move to the next slide. So we're running out of, okay. Part of the announcement you can, if you have not done so, you can also be part of us by joining our social platform. The website is spephc.com. The Facebook is Society of Petroleum Engineers, Port Harcourt, Section 103. SPE Port Harcourt section for at LinkedIn, then SPE Port Harcourt YP, Instagram, X, formerly Twitter, SPE PHC 103, then on TikTok also, SPE Port Harcourt YPs. Thank you for that. So you can be part of us. So moving on to the last thing on agenda today, I'll be calling on the YP technical team lead in person of Chinyere Emuche for at the closing remark. Thank you, sir. Please, if you're on the call, you can take the mic.
All right, good evening, everyone. Kindly confirm you can hear me.
Yes, we can.
Okay. So, yeah. So, thank you everyone for joining today's monthly professional series. For me, it's been mind-blowing from the get-go. Having to learn, for me, it's always a joy, and having to listen to someone as experienced as Mr. Etowong is really, 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 really fascinating. And for me, I think the key takeaway from all this is for us to know that AI is meant to be a team member. It's not an enemy. It's not here to replace us. And we need to look at how to derive value from using AI and help in making our jobs better. IBM has already, I listened to IBM series and they have already said about what the future will look like, which is part of mostly what we're listening today. And we're going to move from having to do the repetitive work to actually doing the actual work we should be doing. For example, a salesperson will be focusing on actually converting leads to sales rather than doing the documentation of trying to get leads. So a lot is going to change, and it's important that just as this series has helped enlighten us, that we key into this change and be in tune with what the future holds for us. So I thank everyone for making our time to join this series. I know we extended beyond our time, but thank you for staying put. And we'll see you on the next one. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, sir, for that wonderful closing remark. So to bring curtain to the for this event today, we would like to take the national pledge. So this is actually the end of our program today. So we'd like to take on the national pledge.
I think we just read it out.
All right. So I pledge to Nigeria, my country, to be faithful, loyal, and honest, to serve Nigeria with all my strength, to defend her unity and uphold her honor and glory. So help me God. May God help of every one of us in the name of Jesus. So here comes the end of our September edition of Monthly Professional Series. Thank you once again for being part of us. See you in October. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
you